Hello guys, today I am bringing you a Dark Magician deck profile of my deck that got me to top 4, and for those who are interested, the only matchups I lost were to 3 tiers, so I only lost 3 times today and won 4 times, but I only lost 2 tiers. Most of my tier matches went to like game 3 though, because of a certain card that I had put into this deck. And my locals is very filled with tiers, and I will explain what that card is and how it's helpful for me and what I do with it. So let's get started. We have 2 Dark Magicians because anything else is bricky. Like 3 Dark Magicians too bricky. One is like you have to play a certain way. Like they banish it. Well, that's it. That's what the extra copy is for. That's what I like to run 2. I'm more comfortable with 2. 3 rods because it searches you a card that's, spell trap that you need. 3 Magician Souls, because this card is really good for extending. 2 Illusion of Chaoses, because 3, why would you want to see 3? Because if they ash 1, well, you're kind of done. You're locked under because you draw 2 prep, though. If they ash 1 prep, then you can play another prep and get your illusion. 1 Apprentice Illusion Magician, because she's a great hand trap if they're trying to be over your Dark Magician. Or if you want to make Zeus, because you can use the Souls combo Mural made, which I really liked. So I want Dark Magician to go for the Pot of Greed. Also for that Zeus play, if you need it. 1 Tamiya's the United Dragon, because I like to go for Dragon Knight. And 1 Red Eyes Black Dragon. And yes, you saw the best card in the deck, the card that was MVP, Red Eyes Fusion. And we run 3 because it's the best spell card in our deck, and it helps us get our boss monster, Dragoon. The best Dark Magician theme card, Soul Servant. That's a spell, because it just searches basically everything in this Dark Magician. So this can search you Illusion of Chaos, on top of which it can search you Souls and stuff like that. So like, if you don't have prep, you can go Rod, search for Souls. Search for Illusion of Chaos, and then get a draw off. It's the Dark Magician being in the field or where. I like to play 2 Secret Village now. You're all right. 3 can be too bricky because you open up with 3. Open up with 2 is like bruh, but like and it gives us more deck space to play some more searchers. I play 2 Mystic Mine. This is before December 1st, so it's still legal to play because December 1st is when the ban list activates. And then 2 Forbidden Droplets. I'm trying to get my hand on a 3rd one, but this card is really good. I'm actually might take it out though, because without 3, it's not really doing the much work that I need. But it does buy me, like, it helped me get over a Zeus. 2 preps because, searches for Illusion of Chaos, so you can search, you have more ways to search for Illusion of Chaos, so like you have Rod, and then you have Soul Servant, so, and then you got prep. So like, 1 Salvation because it searches the, what's it called, the Eternal Souls, and it's good for Tamias to be used up, or a Soul Draw. I like to use for Tamias to go for Dragonite or Dragoon. It depends on like my hand. If I have things that I want to protect, I go for Dragonite. If I want to pop 1 opponent's monster, then I go for Dragoon because I have nothing to protect as well. 1 Dark Magical Circle because 2 is fine. I just like to run 1 and it gives me more space to use other cards that I like to use. 1 Magical Eyes Fusion for that 2nd copy of Dragoon in case anything happens to the first one. Don't ever summon more than 1 during the game because they can auto golem it or, kaiju. So that's why this is a backup if they kaiju it. And you can only make a spellcaster with this, like Loza said. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is because there might be some people that actually think you can make Dragonite, and Dragonite's not a spellcaster. 1 Upstart. I really want this card to come up to 3. It's really good in this deck. It's already a neg 1. And if your opponent ashes it, guess what? They don't gain the 1,000 because you have to draw 1 to gain the 1,000. And if you don't believe me, read the card. You have to draw 1 card from your deck, then your opponent gets 1,000. So if you don't draw 1, they don't gain 1,000. So it's like, if they ash it, they're dumb first off, and then you just play ref. I won't take this Dark Magic because it helps me when I break with Dark Magician and Red Eyes Black Dragon, which happened 2 times today. But I just like to use it for the fusion. It can also help me get rid of a Dark Magician Girl and Dark Magician in my hand when I want them on field or engraved for that Pot of Greed draw. When terraforming, because searches as field spell, so you can search yourself for a mine or a secret village. I usually go for secret village when I have spellcasters. Not go for mine. Once that rotation, because give them Mystic Mine, give yourself secret village is a great combo, and they can't change it unless they destroy it, like their field spell and yours. Metaverse. Metaverse, because you activate it during your opponent's turn while this activate this card, you can activate it upon the same thing. So pretty good on their turn. Like you could do it during draw phase. One Eternal Souls, because this card protects your Dark Magician from everything basically, except for Kaiju's and what's that one card, Underworld God or something like that. 3 Imperms. I use 3 Imperms because it's a good hand trap going second, and it's just good to have it set because you can negate one of your opponent's spells or traps in the same column. The 3 skill drains because they can stop most decks from when they go second. And the 3 soul drains, the cards that I was talking about, it's good against tiers because they can't use their cards in their grave because they'll start a chain. And honestly, if you're like going, because in my locals it's flooded with tiers, but it got me to game 3 a lot of the time with tiers, and it just stopped them. They had to really like go for Zeus, and that was the only way they can get rid of it, which a lot of them have. It's crazy because they'll go like I forgot that Xyz they play, but they'll do it, and then they attack, and then they go for Zeus, and then it's you force them to have to make a Zeus first off, so you're making them waste materials, but you can also side this out with the Ash, which I did do a lot by side deck against other matchups. But this card doesn't hurt our deck because the only time we'll ever use an effect in the grave is Rod when we're cycling. So you'll most likely like flip Eternal Souls, summon a Dark Magician, then you'll probably use Rod, Tribute Artemis, get it to your hand, then flip Skill Drain. I mean not Skill Drain, flip Soul Drain. And if you already have Skill Drain on it, they basically can't negate it, and they would have to waste like a spell or trap negate on it. But now Soul Drain really doesn't hurt us in any way, except for that Rod thing if you haven't done it. But if you want to stop, sometimes you have to sacrifice Recycling Rod to stop a Tearlament deck. And we're going to go into my extra deck. I play 1 BLS, the Soldier of Chaos. This card was really good today, actually. When I wasn't able to get Goon, I was able to do Dark Magician, Souls, and Rod. Go into this guy, and because you use a level 7 for him, he can't be targeted or destroyed with card effects. So he's basically like a Dragoon, and he can gain 1,500 for every time he. So if he destroys a monster, that's what he gains, and then he can also every time he destroys a monster, he gains 1,500. Banish non-target, banish 1 card, which is crazy, or he can make a second attack during your next battle phase, which means he can go for game. And so he's just really good because not a lot of things will be able to beat over 1,500 plus 3,000, which is 1,400. 4,500. What am I talking about? 4,500. And unless they have to make access codes to deal with him, and they can't target him, so they can't imperm him, and they can't effect veil him, and they can't destroy him. And then we play 1 Link Spider because sometimes we might need to make a effect monster. Just in case your opponent shuffles everything. Also, it's just something that's a placeholder because a card that I want to show as a surprise doesn't come in yet. But 1 Artemis because it's really good for recycling. 1 Selene because she makes access code. 1 Relinquished because he's good for going second as a pressure. And they have to waste an Imperm or if they summon into one of those columns so you can catch someone off guard. 1 Dark because he can get you access code. He can get you a Dark Monster from their grave. Then he gets you Selene. Then that gets you access code target, which is crazy because access code target is 5,300 if you use Selene because he gains the level, the link level times 1,000. Then we're gonna play 1 Naruto, 1 Ebon Illusion Magician, and then 1 Divine Arsenal Zeus. We're gonna play 1 of the Dark Magicians, 2 Dragoons because Dragoon is the best card in this extra deck, and Master of Chaos. I mean, you can make an argument about Zeus, but you can stop Zeus with Dragoon if they don't have any more materials. We'll Master of Chaos because he has that Banish combo, and he has OTKs, and one Dragon Knight because he protects your Eternal Souls and Circle, which also protect him. And that is pretty much it for the main deck. And then we're going to go to the extra deck. We got 3 Ash Blossoms, which I commonly go back and forth with on the what's it called? A Soul Drain. Then we got 3 Nibs, 3 Gozen, 3 Darks, Ruler No More, 3 Dish Shifters. Honestly, you could take these Dish Shifters out now, unless you really want to have a way to like stop tiers if you go in second, like D Shifters and stuff like that. And that's pretty much it. Tiers can't really, if you really want to stop them, put D-Shifter in there. Or you can replace them with Kaijus, which I'm probably going to do. I didn't really use D-Shifter all that much today, but I still got into top 4, which I'm proud of. And I'm going to get into some test hands with this deck to show you. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say we're going first. That's 5, right? 1, 2, 3, yep. Okay, if we're going first, we got a few options. Ref. If they don't ask you, great. Go Goon with the Dark Magician or Red Black Dragon. We go Goon, Doom, and boom, and we go for Goon. It's kind of cracked, honestly. We go for Goon. We set Metaverse down. We activate Soul's Effect. Send our Dark Magician Girl to the grave and choose not to summon. We can choose to or to not summon. It's an optional effect for the Spellcaster one. And you have a Dark Magician and a Dark Magician Girl grave. And then you have 2 cards in hand. So you have Omni Negate and you have a Skildred. And we kind of don't really want to use negate our own thing. So we can do like on their turn, Metaverse. If they try to negate it with our Goon. Gain 1,000. So we go Metaverse on their turn during the draw phase because we can do that. And then we get Secret Village Spellcasters, and they can't play spells now. Fantastic. And most decks do rely on spells or use a lot of spells. This means Cheerlemans won't be able to play their spell card, which gives you them 500. And at that point, you want to just negate something to get a 4,000, right? Just, let's say you set this, you activate this, you negate it with this. Or you just activate this, you negate it with this. And then you get 1,000, and then Tears really is going to have a hard time playing against this. Or any deck is going to have a hard time playing against Dragoon, Sacred Village, 1 negate, and 2 pops. So, let's shuffle our deck back. And let's see what we get next for, for going second. Because we're going to assume we're going second this time, and then we're going to do one more at the end where we go first again. Why is my deck falling apart? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is in a draw. Alright, what we're going to do is we're going to do Rod if they don't do anything. Perfect. We're going to go for Salvation. Now, here you can do a lot of things because Soul Servant can get us Illusion of Chaos. So we're going to do Upstart, Soul Servant. You can do Dark Magician and skip one stick, but I'm going to do Illusion of Chaos because I would like to have a way to always search. And, Upstart makes this. So Chain Link 1, Chain Link 2, the stacks that we draw it. And Illusion of Chaos search. We're going to search for Souls. And then Soul's Effect. We're going to send a Spellcaster, the Summoner Spellcaster. And we are going to send the Dark Magician. And boom, we summon our Dark Magician. And, we place a card to the top. In this case, we're going to place Metaverse. I'm sorry. And because we already have Secret Village, place Secret Village. Oh, they can't do anything. And now here's what we're going to do. Unfortunately, we have to send the rod, or we can send the illusion, but that's not smart because we can search for another rod next turn. We're gonna fusion some of these into Dragoon. And now you have a 1-pop Dragoon, a 1 negate Dragoon, Secret Village. So we got basically the same combo, just a little bit more obscure. And you see how consistent it is to get Goon, or for some reason, if you want to make him Dragonite, then Secret Village is useless and they can play spells and we can't. So from that process, we already got, as you can see, we got like another way to get to Dragoon. So that was 2 ways to get to Dragoon. That was us going second. And that does mean that they could, negate us, but we still get access to Goon. If they don't, we pop off. And now we're gonna go first in 5. This is a good hand. Oh, okay. Again, ref or ref. Get Dragoon, Illusion Chaos, Search. Illusion Chaos gets us Souls. And place a card to the top. Honestly, we don't need a Droplet because it's going to require us to have a discard. And we have an Imperm already for next turn, so now this is our hand. Now you can do Souls, draw 2, or draw 3. You can do Souls, draw 3, or how I would probably play it out. Souls, send to summon the Dark Magician. Soul Servant, stack. Get Rod. Or you can get Salvation. I'm just going to get Rod because we can have Recursion with Rod. And then we're going to Banish to draw 1, get our Rod. And if you're scared about being Impermed or Ash, again, just go for, they probably would have Ashed your Illusion Chaos, but if you're scared of being Impermed, just go for the Salvation. Or if you know your opponent has Imperm, just go for Salvation. And here, we're just going to go for Rod and Salvation, play Salvation, and set our Eternal Souls. And now we have an Eternal Souls. This is our hand. We can set this, link this away for, not that guy, because we don't have the proper things, but we'll link away for Artemis. And then during their turn, if we need, activate this, to protect them. If we need to, we'll do Imperm too, but then we can just basically tribute that, add this to our hand, go for Rod, or go for Wrath again. Go for Rod, get yourself Circle, Illusion and Chaos. Okay, let's do one step at a time. Rod, get yourself, you can get Secret's Dark Magic too, but I'm gonna go with Circle. You can Illusion and Chaos, Timaeus. And then you place a card to the top. So here's where you could place either this card to the top or Illusion and Chaos. We're probably just going to place Illusion and Chaos just in case. Play the Dark Magical Circle at the top 3. We whiff anyways. We're probably going to Timaeus. And now you can go for your Link 3 here, or how I would do it. Dragon Knight to protect your back row in your circle. Or, again, another option. Go for Dragoon. But because we have the Red Ash Fusion, why would we want to go for another Dragoon when we can get a 2-pop Dragoon? So I'm just going to go for Dragon Knight. It just depends on your situation. Like, if, their monsters are bigger than yours and, they're 3,000, then you can't really do anything with, Dark Magician, Dragon Knight, with Spanish Eternal Soul, so they could just easily out your Dragon Knight. Just go for the Dragoon. Dragoon gets you 1 pop with the Timaeus, and he gets you the Negate. But again, we did draw Ref, so we could have played Ref and got a 2-pop Dragoon. And next turn, go Ref. Nothing bad happens if you, summon the Dark Magician on their turn. You get a Banish. If you have an Illusion of Chaos, you just use a Ref, and if they Ash it, okay. That's fine. We still have this board to play with. Or, that's pretty much it. That's no or, sorry. And that's it. That is my new Dark Magician deck list for before December 1st. So, I think it's November 27th. And top 4 Dark Magician deck list. And yeah, see you guys later.